special thank you to the founder of S.M.I.L.E. It was in the Bahamas when she first gave birth to this dream. She was among thousands of leaders who come to us every year to study leadership and to learn and to grow. And today, I am very pleased to see that she is taking what she has learned and she is putting it into practice. The first thing you learn about leadership is you must discover your purpose and your own dream and then have the courage to pursue it and develop it. And S.M.I.L.E. is a result of someone who has decided to become what they were born to be. Many of us do not experience leadership development naturally. Instead of helping each other, we compete with each other. Instead of promoting each other, we destroy each other. As a matter of fact, the last thing the mentality of a third world developing country leader wants is mentoring. Because mentoring is seen as a threat to the leader. I hope you will be transformed to stop thinking like a third world oppressed thinker. I train leaders in all capacities. And one of the most important things I discover is that the weakest part of leadership in the Western world and in developing countries is mentoring. Leaders need to lead with inspiration and motivation and righteousness and character. You cannot become any better than your leaders. Leadership determines the quality of the followers, which means that the leader determines the destiny of the followers. If things are going wrong, it's the leadership problem. If you are losing, there's a leadership problem. This is why when your soccer teams lose or your basketball teams lose, you don't fire the players. Who do you fire? The coach. And you can bring a new coach with the same players and they can win the tournament next year. Why? Because the problem was not the players, it was the leader inability to bring out the best in the followers. True leaders, therefore, are not threatened by the success of their followers. They actually encourage them to succeed. And that is why I'm so pleased with the S.M.I.L.E. program. Because we are here focusing not on ourselves, but on those who are coming after us. We want them to be better than us, greater than us, and more successful than we are. You are not a leader until you found something not to live for, but to die for. Managers want to live. Leaders are willing to die. And that's what happened to Bimbi. She discovered finally a purpose for her life. That's why you're here. Have you found yours? Never seek leadership. The people call them a leader. When you discover a reason for why you was born, when you get a vision of the future that's better than the present, if you ever get a dream that is more important than your comfort, you found leadership. Leadership is not about you, it's about others. It's not a right. It is a privilege given by the followers. Mr. Nelson Mandela said to me, I have no right to be a leader. The people have given me the right to lead them. Leaders don't manipulate, they inspire people. In other words, inspiration is the opposite of intimidation. If you are a true leader, you inspire people. You don't intimidate them. It takes leaders to change the world. I say to every woman in here, find a young woman and mentor her. I say to every man in here, find a young man or two and begin to make them better than you. Teach them what you know. Transfer your knowledge to them. I'm not impressed with what you've done. I want to know, who did you train? Don't build buildings, build people. The more you release people, the more you can do. Succession sets you free. Prime ministers, presidents, I work with them. And one of the greatest things they go into shock with is when I ask them, who's your mentee? And they can't tell me. It's a tragedy. Jesus Christ is the only leader I know who, when he left, his company grew in his absence. Because he mentored 11 men. He lost one, remember? May your mindset be transformed. Because your successful leadership is when your followers can lead others. True leaders set others to be free, to be leaders. True leaders also provide opportunity for others to develop their gifts. True leadership thinks generationally. Let's be a different group of leaders. Let's be those who are known as the mentors. Reasons why we don't have good leaders in developing countries. Number one, we replicate poor leadership examples. If he killed to get there, I'll kill to get there. If he worked corruption to get there, I'll work corruption to get there. We have bad examples. We follow bad examples. Why don't we have great leaders? We lack good models and mentors. The reason why we don't mentor people is because no one mentored us. So what do we say? No one helped me get here. I help nobody else get here. Let him get there by himself. You are not a leader. You are an insecure puppet. That's why we don't have good leaders. We have no one to model. Why don't we have good leaders in our countries? We lack formal training. That's why Pippi came to the Bahamas and she spent 4 days in our leadership training. She came back and began this organization. Why? We train leaders to become who they were born to be. We're afraid to give people power because we think they will run away with it. If you train someone and mentor them, they won't steal your power. They'll serve you with it. Why don't we have great leaders in Africa? We lack the power of letting go. We don't want to let go. We're more concerned with paperwork than people work. We bog ourselves down in details and not develop people. Why don't we have great leaders in our countries? Because we have the absence of affirmation. I am so proud of Bimpi. I am so proud. I walked in here and I go, this is great. I rejoice with her success. I don't become jealous of her. She's my pride and joy. She should be greater than I am. Is there someone you're making greater than yourself? We want yes men around us all the time. That's why we ain't got no great leaders. We want people who obey us, not people who challenge us. A great leader loves mavericks because mavericks are the ones who make you grow. They make you stretch. They make you see your own weaknesses because they got new ideas. We have a dictatorship spirit in decision making. No wonder why you haven't produced any leaders. So if you want to have a great country, this organization of S.M.I.L.E is one of the greatest acts of securing the future of Nigeria. This organization. I flew from my country 5,000 miles to come here to talk to you today because this is the most important thing you can do for your entire country. And that is stop thinking about yourself and think about the next generation of leaders.